They were clumsy, but insanely strong. Big Bro slammed headfirst into a boulder, sending the rock rats hiding underneath into a panic. Second Bro and Third Bro lunged in too, and even though they tried to stop, those huge claws were swinging everywhere, and one unlucky rat still got flattened. The whole scene was a mess. At this point, it looked less like hunting, and more like demolition. I was way too disgusted to join that brainless charge. I was watching one rat in particular, a bigger one, clearly smarter than the rest, the Rat King. Unlike the others, it wasn't running around blindly. It stayed tucked in a dead corner, staring hard at the little earth dragons, looking for an escape route. The second Big Bro turned to chase another rat. His back opened up for just a split second, and right then, the Rat King moved. It shot low across the ground, straight for the bushes in the back. Trying to run, my pupils tightened instantly. At that moment, the whole world seemed to slow down. But it wasn't an illusion. It was the first sign of the Candle Dragon Bloodline's gift, the passive effect of the Eye of Time. I still couldn't control time. Not yet, but when I focused hard enough, my vision could track even objects moving at crazy speed. I saw the Rat King's muscles tighten, and I read its weak point. Just before it dove into the bushes, I launched myself. My body snapped forward, and my baby teeth sank in, right into the back of its neck, at the spine. One bite, clean kill. The whole thing took less than 3 seconds. By the time those 3 little dragons finally realized what had happened, their eyes were huge, like they were seeing their useless little brother for the first time. And then everything changed. A dense scraping sound started coming from the cracks in the rocks. The Earth Dragon mother, who'd just been watching the kids play with that gentle maternal look, suddenly let out a roar. She shot to her feet and put herself in front of all 4 babies. Then the ground broke open, and countless black scorpions came crawling out. Corrosion black scorpions, a pack predator species, each one on its own, was only low tier, but they moved in the hundreds, sometimes the thousands. Their tail stingers could paralyze a bull in an instant, and worst of all, they were vicious, greedy, and insanely vindictive. Once they smelled blood, they would not stop. The Rat King's blood had brought them here. The black scorpions surged in like a tide, and the circle around us started closing fast. The 3 little dragons had never seen anything like this before. They curled up in terror, shaking behind their mother. The mother was strong, but she was only one beast, and these scorpions were small, fast, and specialized in attacking weak spots, joints in the softer belly. In the blink of an eye, dozens of them were already crawling onto her back. Their stingers jabbed like crazy. The mother roared in pain, rolling wildly, trying to crush them off. But more scorpions slipped past and rushed the hatchlings. Damn it. Watching that scene, my eyes turned cold. With my size, I could probably squeeze into a crack and survive. But those idiot brothers of mine, they were dead for sure. I looked at Big Bro, the one trembling as he shielded me with his body. Then I looked at the mother, bleeding all over because she was protecting us. The fire in my eyes flared up instantly. I didn't charge straight at the scorpion swarm. Instead, I looked toward a shaky stalactite pillar nearby. Its base had already been corroded, almost all the way through, and it hung directly over the hole the scorpions were pouring out of. Big Bro, hit that pillar! I let out a sharp screech. He couldn't understand anything complicated, but he understood my eyes. With a furious roar, he lowered his head, put every bit of strength into it, and charged where I pointed. Boom! The fragile pillar snapped at the base, and that massive stalactite, weighing tens of tons, came crashing down. It hit the densest part of the swarm, right on target. Hundreds of black scorpions were crushed into pulp instantly, and the ones behind them got blocked off by the sudden cave-in. A huge gap opened in the encirclement. Now, I screeched again. The mother broke free from the scorpions on her, then grabbed the chance and ran with all 4 of us. Soon enough, a month had passed since that run-in with the scorpion swarm. During that month, I hunted non-stop across this whole territory. My body hadn't grown wildly, like my brother's. I was still just over a meter long, but inside I had changed completely. My old dark red scales started shedding away. In their place came a deep black red armor of new scales. They were insanely tough. A normal first-tier beast couldn't even scratch me. And most importantly, my stomach had become a bottomless pit. No matter how much I ate, as long as I used the breathing method from my inherited memories, all that flesh and blood would turn into pure energy in almost no time. Right now, I was lying on a high rock, outside the nest, watching. The whole dungeon had been way too quiet these past few days. At this hour normally, the distant abyss passage should have been filled with monster cries, but now there was barely any sound at all. I narrowed my eyes and scanned the surroundings. Then suddenly I saw it. At the edge of the territory, low-tier creatures were moving in groups, all fleeing upward, toward the upper levels of the dungeon. Was this the sign of a beast tide? No, that wasn't right. A beast tide was chaotic. This migration looked more like a mass escape, like they were running from some king about to descend. A deep, uneasy growl came from behind me. The mother had come out at some point. She looked agitated. Her massive claws kept scraping the ground anxiously. As an earth beast, she was extremely sensitive to vibrations in the ground. She had sensed it. Something was entering this region. Something huge. Something terrifying. Then she turned toward the nest and roared once. It was for the 3 little dragons, still sleeping like idiots, to get up and move. But it was already too late. A muffled blast exploded right by our ears. The whole cave shook violently. Then came a savage roar, full of pure violence. From the front of the territory, a massive shadow slowly stepped into view. It was a snowmane berserk lion, the overlord of Dungeon Floor 4, an adult apex creature, peak 3rd tier strength. But right now, that once majestic beast looked wrecked. It was running. Something was hunting this 3rd tier overlord. The lion, panicked and out of options, crashed straight into the Earth Dragon Mother's territory. Half mad with fear and pain, its eyes had gone blood red. It had already lost its mind. And when it saw our family ahead, it didn't try to avoid us, it just wanted something to kill. The lion roared and charged. The mother answered with a desperate cry. "Run! Take your little brothers and go!" Then her massive body slammed forward to meet it head-on. The two giant beasts crashed into each other, even injured. The Snowmane Berserk Lion was still a carnivorous predator. Its rank and killing power were still above. The plant-eating Earth Dragon, its claws ripped open, the mother's shoulder armor in an instant, leaving 3 deep gashes, down to the bone. The mother roared in pain, but she still clamped down.